Hello everyone. Today we're doing Oh My WebServer on TryHackMe. So we'll just copy the IP address and then we'll set the IP address and just run an Nmap scan. Just do a fast one. With the capital F, so it does the top 100 ports, see total ports. So we go up here and then we get a version number of 2.4.49. So let's copy that. And then we'll just do a Searchsploit. And then just type that. And we get Apache HTTP server, path traversal, and remote code execution. So let's just mirror this. So just do with the M flag and then just paste that. And then it's right there. So we could just cat it real quick. And what it does is it's just do it. So this is the command that you would give it. So this would be the script, this script, and then the target. So you would give it a list of IP addresses, and then the command that you want to run after that on the CGI. So it's running at the OS level. So this is how we could get remote code execution. So we'll get a shell by using this. And to do that, you can rename it. I've already renamed it, so I'm just going to remove this because I don't need it. So mine's just called exploit. So you'll go to revshells.com, and then you'll just get a shell for sh, and then for bash-i, and then just put in your IP address and the port that you want it, and then just copy this. And then just echo that into a shell or a file, and then call it shell. So shell.sh, and then so we're going to transfer that over to the other side so that we could then run it with curl. But we need to get the IP address first. So let's copy the IP address. And I just exited the other one out. That was not smart. 1 second while I pull that up. Okay, I got it back. So just grab the IP address again, and then echo that into a file. Just call it whatever you want, ip.text, or that was wrong. My bad. There we go. Then to run it, it says that we have to make it executable. Mine's already executable, so to do that, you just do chmod, so it would just be chmod plus x, and then the file name. So we're going to use curl to curl it over. So let's start a Python server first, so we can curl it from our side to their side. And then we'll start a netcat listener as well, so that we can get the shell. So then we would just do exploit, and you would just do exploit, and then the name of the file that you put the IP address in, and then the command that you want to use. So we're going to use bin shell, or sh for shell, and then the command that we're running, which is going to be curl with our IP address, and then the port number for the server, and then the file name that you named it up here, shell, and then you're just piping it into bash so it runs all in one on their side. So you just do that. It's going to say this, but it still runs. So boom, we get it. And then we just need to stabilize it. So just do shell equals bin bash script -q for quiet, and then just dev null, and then background that, and then stty raw echo, and then just chain command into foreground, and then enter twice, and then just export cap term equals x term in lowercase. And then for mine, since mine's in split screen like this, I have to get the size of my screen so it doesn't like wrap around or do anything funny. So then you would just do stty rows 25 columns 180. But yours would be whatever size you have. And then we can see that it's a Docker because Docker usually gives us a weird name after, you know, whatever that one. It usually gives us this code right, or this funny name right there. So usually we can tell it's a Docker. But to see what capability, or see if we have anything, we don't have sudo. There's no suid bid. So the one I found was Getcap -r for recursive, and then the root directory, and then just 2 dev null. And then it says Python, you get the suid. So if we go here, and then that's not what I meant to do. Open up GTFOBins, and then go to capabilities, and then Python to shell, and then capabilities, and just copy this. So we're going to need this part first. So just paste that, and then space, and then we'll copy this portion, and then just paste that, and then you get root. So just upgrade the shell again. So shell equals bin bash script -q dev null. And now we're root, but it's still Docker, and we can tell that by if we do route -in, we get Docker's internal gateway. So since we know the internal gateway and we know it's Docker, we can run to see if there's any open ports that are communicating. So to do that, I have a script that I just had AI help me write in Python called portfinder. I'll put it in the description of the video, but it's pretty simple. It's only a couple, you know, like 20 lines or something like that. So same thing, we just need to get that over to them. So we're just going to curl it. But we need to get the username first, or the user, because we have a username or a user flag and a root flag. So now that we have root, if we just do find name user.text, we get it right there. So cat root user text, and that's the user flag. So now to get the actual root, we have to get the port finder over. So we'll just change directory into the temp, and then curl your, since we still have that Python server running, we never shut it down. So we'll just curl our IP address. What is that? 1281. Okay. 8,000, and then whatever you named it. And then just redirect it into whatever you're going to name it. And then make it executable. So chmod plus x name, and then just run it. So it's just going to be and then it'll just run after it downloads. And then we get port 58 or 5986. So if we go here and we go to Google and we just type in port vulnerability, there's one that comes up for Oh My God. So let's just copy this and then just paste that. And then we get one right here by Altered Security. This is the one I use. I'm sure there's other ones that work. This is the one I used. So if we go here, there's a Python script and then a PowerShell script. So if you already have it, but you just click here, and then you would just click on raw, and then you can just copy this, or you can just copy it from here, or you can copy however you want to get it, but it's right here. And then how to use it. My internet stopped slowing. Sucking right now. I'll take it forever. How to run it is right here. So for the Python, you would just use whatever you name it, and then you would do the T for target, and then P for port, and then C for command, and then whatever command you're going to do. So we need to get it over onto this computer. So since I already have it down here, OmniPy, this is the same script. You don't need to change anything. You just download it and save it. Make it you don't need to make it executable on your computer because you're transferring it to that side. So same thing. You just do curl it. So you just do the same thing. Curl HTTP your IP address. What did I name it exactly? omega.py, and then we don't need to run it yet because we need to make another shell on our side to run that. So same thing that we did before. We'll just do the echo, and then we'll name it shell 2. And then you'll change the port number to a different port than the first one that you're connected to right now with our current netcat, because this one was I had 6789, so this one is 6790. So just make it a different port number and then echo that, so you'll have that, and then keep this still running so you can transfer that, and then start another netcat listener. So just with the new port number that you had in the new one, and then we're just going to run, since we have OmniGod on here right now and it's executable, we just remember how to use the command. So it's just going to be target and then the IP address for the internal IP address, and then the port, and then the command. So why don't we just copy that, actually? Well, we don't need to, because none of that does really matter. So just do omnigod.py, and then it's going to be -t172-17-0 dot, or not dash, but dot 1. Sorry, there's supposed to be a space right here. And then it's the port, that's 5986, and then the C for command, and then we're just going to do another curl command to bring the shell over. So we'll just do curl HTTP, and then our IP address again, and then the shell name, and then just since it's going to be transferring into it in a different way, just do the -o instead of redirecting it this time, and just do tmp shell2.sh, and then end it. It'll take a second, and it'll say none. Don't worry about that. You can see right here that said okay for shell, so it went through. So now we just need to do the same command, but change pretty much just this to bash, and then the shell, where it's at. So temp shell2.sh, and then you get the shell down here, and we already know it's root, so you could go who am I, and it'll be root. So then if we just do cat root.text, we get the root text, or the root flag. So that's the end of Oh My Server. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Have a good day.